What is up, everyone? We are back with part 2 of the Phibz interview. If you didn't watch the last one, pause this video, go watch that one first, because without the first one, you're missing a lot of context to this. But basically, as I mentioned in the last video, Phibz does eventually send Jidion, screenshots and screen caps of her chat logs from Signal and Discord and all that. And in my opinion, in this one, Jid has an honestly surprising response. So let's peep this out.
Let's peep this out.
Dude.
Yeah, no, facts.
So where we left off, Phibz had basically kind of just been talking about how nobody pats her ass in the interviews and nobody wants to be kind to her because of the allegations. And, when you get accused of being a PDF, you shouldn't expect people to be nice to you, especially during an interview.
I mean, I would just say this, you look like the type of person where it's kind of like, you give me the vibe that sometimes we have to learn from our mistakes, right? So if you had to do it all over again, would you role play with a 14-year-old boy?
No.
You wouldn't role play with. Do you think his family would feel uncomfortable with the content being done in that role play?
No.
No. Do you think he included you?
I feel like his family would be more uncomfortable with the fact that he was talking to a 19-year-old and the 19-year-old was talking to him back.
That is an absolutely insane take. I personally think the parents would be more concerned that the 19-year-old is talking to a 14-year-old because the 19-year-old should know not to talk to 14-year-olds.
Why do you say that?
Because I feel like as any parent would be uncomfortable with that. Like their child talking to someone way older than them.
Yeah, but, I feel like they would look at the older person first, then their child, because like you said, they're a child.
Well, yeah, that's why I listed both.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think he might have said your name, but it was maybe somebody else doing that role play who was initiating some sexual talk?
No, he definitely meant me.
So you don't think do you think it's unfounded? And what I mean by that, I mean what's the word? Do you think there's no evidence or he has no reasonable reason to think that role play had anything sexual about it? Do you think he has no reason to think that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so cops are involved? Have any cops came to your house or anything?
No.
No, but the cops have talked to your friends?
Not to my friends. They've just arrived at the school and talked to the staff.
And they wanted to talk to you, but you ran away?
Yes.
Okay. I guess what is, I would really appreciate if you can screen record all your messages with Vance with me later.
Yeah.
If you send it to me, I promise you I'm not gonna, you have my word. I'm gonna just look at it like myself. I might describe different things, but I'm not gonna read it all, stuff like that, because men lie, women lie, screenshots don't. You feel me? So I feel like the best way to kind of vindicate all of this would be to do that. I got people in chat saying add Vance. I don't know, because Vance is 14, chat. You feel me? So has he done? Oh, what were you gonna say?
And I'm not very comfortable talking to Vance ever again.
Notice how she's trying to make herself kind of look like the victim. And the way she's doing this is by trying to say, oh, I don't feel comfortable around him. He makes me uncomfortable. Bitch, he's 14 years old. The fuck is he gonna do? Snitch on you for having another roleplay server full of 14-year-olds?
I feel that. Yeah. Hey, that at least lets me know that you learn from your mistake. You learn from your mistake, but do you think you really made a mistake? Is the question.
Sometimes it's hard for me to tell.
I don't think it's that hard to realize that intentionally talking to a 14-year-old, knowing that they're 14, that's a big mistake. And it's one that normal people don't have to make to realize that talking to a 14-year-old is wrong.
And if you don't mind me asking, and I mean this with no disrespect, do you have any learning disabilities or anything like that?
Yes, I have autism. I also have ADHD and a lot of learning disabilities. I can't do math above fourth grade level, and for reading, I can't read more than shit I don't even know at this point.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest. You seem like a really smart girl to me. You know what I mean? I've been able to hold a conversation with you this whole time, so I don't want you to limit yourself and say, oh, I can't do this. Genuinely, I feel like you got to give yourself a lot more credit than what you have.
Yeah, for me, my sort of thinking goes like I'm good at other things, and then with some things, I need to work on more, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid.
I find when these preds try to use their mental health or their mental disabilities as a shield, disgusting. You cannot hide behind a mental disability and say, oh, my autism makes it okay for me to talk to a 14-year-old. No, the fuck it doesn't. There are certain rules in society that are just expected to be followed, and if you don't follow them, you can't use your autism as a shield.
I feel that. I feel that. Some people are more street smart than they are book smart. You know. So don't think lowly of yourself. But I feel like from this point, I think I just need to really look at those Vance. So you still have all the messages, even though you blocked him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you guys been talking for, and how often would you guys talk?
So hold on, let me see. We started like from the DMs. We started March 27th to April 1st.
Whoa. So this was like a 5-day encounter.
Yeah.
So it's not. This isn't even nothing new. Okay. So before this Vance stuff, was there allegations about you before this Vance stuff and everything and Bella?
Yeah, but it was like, was this fake ass screenshot? One was a mistake that I do admit making.
And what was that mistake?
I said, because I'm mixed, so from where I'm from, I was taught that saying the N-word was okay, but then people started letting me know, hey, you're white passing. You cannot be saying that.
If you have spent any amount of time on the internet, you know that saying the N-word when you're not black is it's not looked upon nicely. And Phibz is chronically online. So the fact that she didn't know that is absolutely fucking insane. Like, you can say, oh, my family says it's okay all the time. They use the N-word around me all the time, and I use it with them all the time. But you're on the internet. People on the internet are not your family. They are going to be sensitive to that word, and you should expect that.
So wait, you're half black?
I am African American, Aztec Mexican.
You know what, man? Mexican people say it already, and you're half black. You know what? I said we just say it for everybody. You know what? Like, yo, Phibz, what's good? What's good, my nigga? you got to hit it back. You're half black.
I know, it's just I don't want people to like start shit over that. Because I have also so many people starting to come over like about my community. Like when my community posts on my like when they comment on my videos, suddenly I get a DM from that person saying, hey, I have like a whole bunch of people flooding my message requests telling me to either die or insulting me or whatever.
I have no fucking clue what she was talking about. I'm gonna go watch that back and then try to relay what I'm hearing. Okay, it's not just me. I genuinely don't understand what the fuck she said because she talks so goddamn schizophrenically. Like, I hate using that word as a describer for how people talk, but trying to focus on that sentence was like having a stroke.
Okay.
I've literally made a whole ass video about this, but they're like, so first of all, they tried messaging my mother saying, I hope your kid dies.
Okay, now if people are doing that, I don't think that that's okay. Like, I get it, she's kind of defending the pred, but we shouldn't be contacting people's parents telling them we wish their kid dies.
And then they start messaging my community saying, hey, you support this person? Kill yourself. Yeah, exactly my reaction.
Pretty crazy. Any hablo español? Hablo español?
No hablo español.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so we can't say the N-word. We can't speak Spanish. Okay, that's fine. So there was another thing.
I could say it, just not like with a billion people watching.
I feel that. So we'll just save the what's good, my niggas in private. So you said something about fake screenshots. That just reminded me about something. There was.
Now, if you look in the chat, you can see that someone said Nova is watching the stream. I find that incredibly interesting, speaking that Jidion also wants a meeting with Nova, too.
Screenshots about you talking about some 15-year-old and how you wanted to cut themselves into your arm? Are those screenshots real?
Yes, and I do admit from that time period that that wasn't directed towards anyone. I want to make that clear. But with the whole cutting myself type thing, I was very mentally ill and I was like not seeking therapy at all. So I was actively like doing bad shit. And I do admit that doing that, like saying those sort of things in front of minors is not okay.
If you know it's not okay, then why'd you do it in the first place?
Were you still a minor at this point when you said these things, or were you 18? You were 18. Okay, the person that you were talking about doing it to, I forget their name. I remember seeing it. But
I would do it to anyone else. What the screenshot allegedly said was, "Oh, I'm gonna tickle my pickle to this person."
So the tickle my pickle screenshots are fake.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm sorry, my appointment has started to come up, but I swear that I'll explain that screenshot another time, but...
Yeah. Here, whenever you're done with your thing and you're back home and chilling, just text me. Here, if you can, while you're heading to your appointment, can you go on and screen record that advanced stuff so I can go on and read through that? So that way, when you come hit me back later today, we can finish our convo?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, Phibz, I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you later today, okay?
All right. Bye.
Alright, and now she is left for her appointment, but she's gonna come back for a second time, and, you know, I think there's gonna be a few more questions from Jidion, and then he's gonna give his opinion on the Discord and Signal screenshots.
Okay, ooh, chat. Why is she leaving now? No, she's not. She was already, she made that abundantly clear when she first hopped in that she did have to leave.
Hello.
What's up, Phibz?
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just finished up appointment. Went pretty good.
Nice. If you don't mind me asking, what was your appointment about and for?
So basically, for 2 weeks, I get transferred over into the program. They still want me to, do some school. So I've just been doing that. I'm working, but not just like school. Like I just did this thing where like you learn budgeting.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Nice. Do you have any siblings, Phibz?
Yeah, I have one older brother and one older sister.
How much older are they than you?
My brother is... Hold on, I have to count real quick because...
It's kind of sad you can't even remember your brother or sister's age. Like, I get it, you have autism, but, I don't think it should be that hard to remember how old your brother and your sister are. But again, that's just my take on it.
He is 7 years older than me. 1, 2, 3.
So he's 26 if you're 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, my sister is 30.
Okay. Are they real protective over you?
To a degree, yes. Like, they can't do anything right now because they're out of the state. Like, they have busy lives.
Yeah.
They're, like, I would say my brother is a lot, like, laid back, but my sister is willing to defend for me with her life.
That's good. Have they been showing you encouragement during, like, all these allegations and everything?
Oh, yeah. My family's very supportive because they know me.
Yeah.
So they know who I am.
Yeah.
And that I'm not that kind of person, so.
Yeah, Phibz. So, like, from what I seen, because Vance showed me the messages and everything, and, he admitted as well that you didn't talk sexual. You said you didn't talk sexual, and then I looked in there and I saw that there wasn't anything sexual. But to be honest, Phibz, I do this for a living. You know what I do. I catch pedophiles. I catch the worst of the worst. I catch people who are going for little children. And me personally, what all I seen is I don't see that. I genuinely, when I say this, I don't think you're a pedophile. I don't even think you're a predator, right?
Now again, that's why I say Jidion's response is absolutely fucking shocking, is because he says Phibz is not a predator. Now, I think by all means, Phibz is at least some kind of predator. I mean, she was talking to 14-year-olds and 16-year-olds, so I think that her behavior is predatory to a degree. I don't think it should matter about there being sexual messages between the two. I think that it should purely be based on the fact that You know that it's wrong to talk to younger individuals. You are knowingly talking to younger individuals, and you are disregarding their age, thus making it a predatory behavior. And then it makes it even worse because you're role playing with these 14-year-olds in situations that are akin to basically e-dating. So yes, there is some sort of predatory essence to it because it is behavior that you are knowingly doing and engaging in. You are simulating e-dating with a 14-year-old. Like, if that's not predatory, I don't know what is. And again, I don't think that it being predatory behavior should be based on the fact of there being sexual messages.
What I do think, though, is I think you have to be realistic with your disabilities. Okay, you need to be realistic with your disabilities, and you need to know you need to know that things can be misconstrued very fast. Okay, and I highly advise, if me personally, you don't need to do anything that even remotely looks sexual, even if someone's over the age of 18, because you're a popular figure, and you don't want to keep on ending up in headlines. You're not the best at defending yourself, and I'm saying this I'm saying this, it might sound harsh what I'm saying, but
Not harsh at all.
not harsh at all. Yeah. So, just me personally, genuinely looking at all of this, like, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like too. You're a weird girl,
Yeah.
You
No.
and so you just want to find people who have your same interests and are into the same things you are and whatnot. And I get that, and you should, but you also gotta realize, you are famous now. You're an influencer. You have over 1 million TikTok followers. People put your name in TikToks, they blow up. So you gotta realize, people trying to interact with you, they're not gonna have your best interest in mind. You feel me?
Now again, I think Jidion is just kind of being nice here, because he's telling her not to really trust people on the internet because they could just be trolls. So, I think he's just giving her a helpful tip here not to really talk to the trolls, not to really talk to the fans, because they could be trolls, and that everybody on the internet does not have the best intentions for her in mind.
So if I were you, I would really only associate with my day ones, like before Phibz was Phibz. Those are the people you need to be showing the most love to. Whoever was there for Phibz before you were Phibz, you need to be with those people. And I see the chat saying different things, and it would be easy for me to be like, oh my gosh, she's a pedophile. I'm gonna like moach off of this and get views. But I don't want to do that to you, because that would discredit what I do. You know what I mean? If I went out here going after you like that, I feel like in my heart of heart, I would lose all credibility, and that would be me just trying to, ride the bandwagon to get views off you. And I don't want to do that. I don't. Now if something else comes out and, it tells me otherwise, then, I'm gonna have to hit you with, I don't think you're a bad guy. But, as of right now, for what all I've seen and everything, I just think you're a peculiar girl who, was just trying to have fun, and it turned into all of this. So, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but, it is what it is. You live and you learn. I don't think you're a pedophile. I do not.
Yeah. And I thank you for having this talk with me and seeing like both sides of everything, because it's really like a thing where everyone just wants to hop on the whole Phibz is a pedophile bandwagon without looking at both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. But Phibz, we should not be role playing with minors.
I know.
We
I got that.
It's and I understand, you didn't mean no ill will, but you got to think of optics. You're a grown woman now. You feel me?
I do really like how Jidion is just drilling the point home that Phibz shouldn't be talking to minors, that it's not okay, and that it's not something that she should continue to do. Like, do I think Phibz is going to learn from their mistakes? No. I think it might turn into a Nova situation to where we find there's another Discord server and there's more minors in it, but only time will tell if I'm right or not. Now, the reason I think this is because if you look at real cases of, CSA cases, a lot of the times these people will offend again, so, only time will tell if Phibz will be caught talking to minors again, but We'll hold our hopes high, hope she doesn't, and hope that this is just a stain on their career.
You got to move differently. You know, whenever you go to your new school, you need to associate with people around your age range. You know, we don't need to be getting younger friends and stuff like that, because you know you have a good thing going for you, and you know it sucks that you're going through all this, but you know I went through shit and I caused it myself, you know, so you know I gotta just be real with you, you know. I got myself banned on Twitch when I was really getting things going, but I bounced back from it, and I feel like it was the best thing that ever happened to me. So bounce back from this and make it better for you in the future.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, would you want to hear from chat by any chance?
What do you mean?
Like, would you want to hear from the chat, my chat?
I mean, sure. Why not?
Here, I'm
I
gonna.
have nothing to do, so.
I'll do this. I don't know if the audio would play, so that's the chat. So if someone, you know what? Let me turn on TTS. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna even do that to you, Phibz. You know.
Now, that's just an injustice. I wanted to hear some TTS comments when I was watching this live. I was so ready to actually donate something to say Phibz is a pred, but, you know, he didn't enable TTS, so it kind of sucks, but oh well.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna do that to you. Don't worry about it, because I don't want someone to say something mean and it hurt your feelings. You know, I'm not gonna do that to you.
Yeah, no, that's understandable.
Yeah, nah, I'm not gonna do that to you. Can we get a W Phibz in the chat? You learned your lesson, right, Phibz?
Yeah, no, of course.
You learned your lesson. You're not gonna talk to any more kids in the future.
Oh, hell no.
Okay. No more role playing with kids, right? Awesome. You see, yeah, you got a lot of W's in there. You know, people are giving your W Phibz. Now, Phibz, you know, I say, you know, while we're here, we might as well make a TikTok. we might as well, you know. Can I be in a legendary Phibz TikTok?
Sure, but how are we gonna do that?
Crap. That's a great question. How are we gonna do this? What's the song you like?
I mean, there's a lot of songs I like.
There's a lot of songs you like.
I don't even have a top 5 because they change like constantly.
Okay. Nah. I've seen some of your TikToks. Very interesting. Here, you know what? Hold on. Can you add me back on TikTok so I can actually see your TikTok? You're private. Well,
Yeah,
did you go private because of the situation?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not like, I don't really fuck with like people just like following me just to get my content and make like out of context videos or like making me look bad, you know?
So in other words, she doesn't want people using her content as background footage in videos to where people are calling her out for talking to a 14-year-old.
So that's why, yeah, just re-request and I'll look for it. Like I'm on here right now.
Okay.
Alright, so now they're just trying to figure out how Jidion can add Phibz or whatever. So, you know, I'm just going to skip ahead to when it gets a little bit more interesting.
I can see. Yay.
I just literally made a video on a serious topic, so that's literally like the video right now. But like basically there's this old hater of mine, their name was Felix, and apparently because they hated on me, my fans thought it was okay to go and send them death threats. So I had to make a video real quick stating that I do not condone that and to not send death threats to anyone, despite whether they be a hater or not, because that's disgusting. Why would you say that to another human being?
W Phibz. So you.
Now, I didn't know about this Felix incident, so this was a little bit of a surprise to me, but, you know, if this really did happen, then, you know, that's kind of fucked up. If you're a fan of Phibz, you shouldn't be sending death threats to people. Especially because they're criticizing your favorite YouTuber or TikToker or whoever it is.
You got on your fans for sending him death threats.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a big W. Well, we can figure something out later, but I got you added on TikTok. Phibz, I appreciate you talking with me. Thank you for getting your side of the story. And what are we not going to do in the future?
Talk to anyone that is minors or roleplay with them.
And what else are we not gonna do?
Sorry, memory does
good.
not.
Let's not do anything sexual. Like let's not even if they're legal age. You know, let's save that for our future husband, and then also or wife, however you roll, and also mess with the day ones. Go back to your day ones, okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. You have a blessed one, Phibz.
You too.
Peace.
All right, and that is the end of the Phibz interview that Jidion conducted. I think he did a decently well job at conducting the interview. He stayed pretty composed. He was kind of doing what he normally does in his pred catches, and I kind of find it funny when he does it in the pred catches. So, it was a little funny here, but I do think it's a little shocking that he said she's not, like, a creep, at least, because I would still consider her a creep because of talking to 14-year-olds at 19. It's not cool to do that. You should know it's wrong. You shouldn't have to be explicitly told not to talk to 14-year-olds by multiple people. But again, that's just my opinion, so let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments below. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-part series of the Phibz interview. I plan on doing a couple more of these, like, multiple-part series with the Goblin, maybe a little bit of Cobra, maybe some Daniel Larson, too. I've kind of been planning on branching out the cows that I cover on the channel lately. So if you guys have any cows that you want me to check out, leave it down in the comments below. My next upload will probably be on the Goblin of Akron, Ohio, so if y'all want to check out that video when it comes out, make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, drop a sub, and I will see you in the next one. And remember, don't touch the poo, because if you touch the poo, you're going to get some poo on your shoe. And have a good one. Peace.